Hello, collective. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Burning some incense for you. I hope you're having a great day. I'm filming this video on Tuesday, December 16th. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. I think I said that already, but I don't think you could say that enough, especially during these crazy times here in the US. I saw somebody wrote a comment, like sometimes people do those funny comment videos, and somebody said it's not a party in the USA. It certainly isn't. It is not a party in the USA. So let's see what's coming out. With the Love Oracle deck, let's see what messages you need to know at this time. Two cards came out, but I wasn't ready. But it's thinking, missing you, craving, desiring, and then pretending, mask, exaggeration. So what I'm getting is that someone's pretending that they're. Oh, it's funny because I'm thinking nonchalant, and this is something I've been thinking about lately. Actually, I'll think about it today. But it's like somebody's trying to act nonchalant. They're trying to act like they're not affected, that they're playing it cool, but deep down inside, they're like wanting you, they're missing you, they're thinking about you, they're craving you in whatever way someone can crave somebody. But this is a love reading, so someone is craving you, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's see what else. What else? This one. Resistance, secret admirer, suppressing, timid. Yeah, someone is hiding, they're suppressing their feelings. They're not really showing the full magnitude of whatever they're feeling, if they're showing anything at all. I mean, if they are showing anything, they're maybe like downplaying it in some way. Maybe it doesn't seem as is as intense and as impactful as they're portraying it. Like they probably, like I said, acting nonchalant. But deep down inside, they're craving you. They're wanting you, but they're having certain I don't know why speech is escaping me. Realizations, epiphanies, understandings, awakenings. I want to know what that is about. Intuition and escaping. Apology. All right. So from what I'm getting is that this could be separate energy. This could be your energy. But this could be something that's going on in the background with whoever you're dealing with, right? Because this is a collective reading and the messages may not resonate with everybody, right? So there may be somebody who's having certain realizations, epiphanies, certain understandings that's being very clear to them. Maybe they're getting some clarity about how they're feeling. And it could be their understanding that whatever it is they're feeling, they're trying to escape it in some way. They're trying to run away from their feelings. Avoiding, blocking, pushing away. This person may in some way exhibit like self-sabotaging behavior within the relationship. But with that, I feel like with this understanding that they're having, an inner standing, because it says heart, song, of telepathy, inner knowing, with them like having this realization about the fact that they're kind of holding back, retreating from a connection that they really do care about, but they don't seem to express their desire for. And with the apology card coming out, it's kind of indicating that this person understands that they're doing something that's affecting the relationship and is possibly causing you to want to retreat because there may not be, like you may feel like it's unrequited love. Like the relationship is like the desire from one, a desire to be together, a desire to have something serious is unrequited, like it's one-sided. And when I split the deck, we got distracted, sidetracked, change, delays. I wanted to see if the one-sided card would come out, but it didn't. Underneath that is pain, apprehensive, afraid, cautious. So this person possibly caused some disappointment, sadness within you, and possibly because they appear to be distracted. Like they are placing their attention on other things instead of you. With the apology card underneath, finality. Maybe some of you are like, sorry, you had your chance to be with me, to have something with me, to build something with me. But these games you're playing, possibly the person was playing games. Maybe they appeared that way because they were holding back and not truly expressing whatever it is that they feel. So Some of you may not be able to get past any pain or disappointment this person caused you, possibly because for it could be anything, it could be like they had you waiting, you felt like you waited for them, that you gave them opportunity to get comfortable with the relationship, to get comfortable with the idea of you having a relationship. Maybe you put in a lot more effort. Maybe you didn't, maybe this person didn't make you feel as valued or important as you made them feel. So that caused some sort of pain with you, and you possibly wanting to walk away will be one of the ways that you distract yourself. But for some reason, it could be that you're trying to find a different way or move away from the situation so that you can heal, so that you can, look at what exists out there for you. Underneath the pain card is open heart, receptive, empathy, vulnerable. Now, if this person did something that caused you pain, possibly because they weren't giving you enough attention, they seem to be distracted by other things. Hopefully it's not other people. This person probably wants to apologize for making you feel like, oh, look, I got the 1 day card. Like possibly like having you waiting, you know, forgiveness, return, sorry. This person may want to return if there was some sort of separation, but underneath finality, farewells, leave behind closure. Possibly this person, you may be wanting an apology from this person so that you can have closure, though I think closure is underrated. I think it's overrated. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. One day, someday, somewhere, another time. Maybe like some of you have this thing like, well, we had our chance in this lifetime and I guess it's not going to happen. So deuces, I'll wait for you in another lifetime. Or maybe you're like, this is never going to happen, like... But it could be you also have an open heart and that you are willing to accept this person's apology, especially if there was some sort of ending, The ending, you will know more than I do. There possibly has been time and space between you two during your separation. There may have been external factors that were influencing whatever has been going on in your relationship. And it could possibly have been family. But it could also be pride, When I say family, it could be family. It could be your like blood related family or your your soul tribe. So there could have been somebody having influence over this person, or maybe interfering with whatever you have going on. Because it says attachments, family. We are attached to our family in some ways, right? We have responsibilities and obligations that can be considered third party. But then you have peers, you have your friends. And I mentioned friends. I didn't even read the card yet. And then third parties. It could be work. It could be anything. But there could have been something that was causing some sort of distraction and not allowing the relationship to grow in some way. The person's ego possibly got in the way. Maybe this person. Let me go back to the ego card. But before I go back, this person may have issues with self-esteem, feeling secure within themselves for whatever reason. They could have been arrogant, egotistical, possibly even selfish, and that may be something that they want to apologize for. So the situation can vary for everybody, but let's see what tarot cards I want to use. Let's see. I'm a little stumped about what cards I want to use. I think this is my after tarot deck. It's funny because the 5 of Cups is showing up, but I was envisioning the 8 of Cups, where it shows a woman like looking at the cups, and you see someone on the horizon, like they're walking away, but then the woman is like abandoned in some way. She feels abandoned. When I split the deck, it was the Emperor. So maybe some of you are wanting to take control out of the situation. But okay, let's find out more. Tell us about who the collective is maybe dealing with. The Emperor card came out again with Justice, the 3 of Wands, Emperor, and Justice. Okay, Justice, Emperor, 3 Wands. So in some way, you could be imparting some justice, possibly even karma, bringing balance within yourself, possibly and bringing control out of situation. So if it's a situation that you felt like was out of your control, you feel like, okay, well, whatever I can control, I'm going to restore balance within myself and think about what I want for my future. What am I going to be setting my sights on? So you took the initiative, you took control of the situation by possibly exiting it or just detaching yourself. And you did that just to bring some level of justice, fairness, and balance within yourself so that you could continue moving forward towards whatever it is that you want in the future. I'm shuffling the cards wrong. So, what lies ahead in the future for the collective? What lies ahead? Okay, let's do it this way. Will the collective reunite with this person that was nonchalant? Will they reunite with this nonchalant person? That card is got the Queen of Pentacles. Let's see what else comes out because automatically I feel like it's a no because I feel like you want to focus more on where you can see growth, where you can see where things are, I want to say secure and stable, but something that is a sure thing. And I feel like when you start to, whoever you are, you could be a masculine or feminine, when you start to invest in yourself, care for yourself, and nurture yourself, that's like the best way, a surefire way to get whatever it is that you want. If you feel like in this situation that you're not going to get what you want because this person may not be as open hearted, if there was somebody that try to play, games or was very lighthearted, didn't really take the connection seriously, you're gonna be like, well, I take myself seriously. So I'm gonna be focusing on myself, focusing on growth, focusing on prosperity. Okay. What will this person think about the collective choosing themselves? That card really stood out to me. What will the what will the person think? I feel like whatever you're doing, this person's probably going to be on the outside looking in because whatever you're going to be moving towards, whether it's you, if it's you focusing on yourself and everything that you want, any desires, they're going to be watching you from the outside, seeing you be successful, seeing you prosper, seeing you celebrate your wins, whatever it is that you're working towards. They're going to be looking on the outside because they're not a part of the party. They may hear about it, but they're not going to be in the inside with you. They're not going to be celebrating with you. And I feel like this person's going to feel like they're foolish. They're going to feel foolish that they missed out on something. I feel like this person is going to look back and reminisce on the times that they spent with you. But there's going to be some, I don't know, for some reason I want to say regret, but it may not even be that. It could just be this person knows they messed up. And they may be hanging on a thread or hanging on an edge, seeing you move on, Tell me more about this Fool energy. Yeah, I feel like it's more like they took an unnecessary risk and they see how foolish they were because they feel like, wow, they could have had that with you. They could have been, it's like the song, we could have had it all. They could have had this all. They could have, whatever success that you're going towards, whatever success that's bringing you stability and victory. And this is not the Six of Wands, but it's giving me that because you said the Chariot, it's moving, it's like you're moving on. And this person is not a part of it. It's like they missed their opportunity. Like they took a misstep and now they're paying the consequences of it. If you see, this is the after tarot. The Fool falls off the cliff. But there may be a level of optimism for this person because they have the white rose in their hand. Tell me more about the Fool. Yeah, they don't want this to end. They don't want this connection to be dead and buried. You saw that flip out. They don't want the connection to end. Yeah. But the Hangman. So if this person has been like standing on the sidelines, hasn't been interacting with you, hasn't been basically they've been out of sight, out of mind. I feel like they're coming out of that. They may reveal themselves. They may whatever, because we did have the realizations card, and the hangman is someone who has goes through this period of being in suspension, looking at taking a break, maybe possibly even making a sacrifice. You know, so this person maybe has come to some realization that there needs to be a sacrifice that they need to make, and now they may be ready to make it. They may be. Okay, tell me more about the hangman. That card. The death card. I said that they don't want this to end. Or this person could be having an understanding that the ending that has ensued, or it will, if you're considering this, because everybody's situation is different, but if something has ended already, they may be realizing that this is something that they could have prevented, that if they made the right steps, they wouldn't be where they are right now. That if they could have done something to stop the ending, but they were probably too slow, or they were taking their sweet time, thinking possibly that you will always be there. But now they have been a realization that it's over. But we have an Ace of Pentacles. If you look at it that way too, person's having a realization. Whatever they were doing, they may be ending that too, because with the Ace of Pentacles coming out after the Death card, that could be indicating whatever they were working towards, or whatever they were doing, they're going to end that, maybe they're going to end, causing any type of pain, and like taking their sweet time and not really giving into a situation, possibly, now they're ready to give in. Because in the Hangman card, you see in the upright, the person is being given something to drink. Maybe you were somebody who quenched their thirst. And when you stopped doing that and they saw that ended, and that you were possibly going towards a new beginning, or they feel foolish. But they may be wanting to take a risk too, possibly to come forward to stop an ending, because they had some sort of realization, that if they end whatever they were doing in the past, there's a possibility for you to have a new beginning if you accept their apology. Because we have the apology card coming out. Okay, so what does the collective feel about? What does the collective feel about this person now? Okay, we have the Magician. All right, and you may feel like this person may be trying to manipulate the situation in their favor so that they could come back to your good graces. That they possibly are not giving you the complete truth, that you think they may be giving you half truths. With the King of Swords, if the King of Swords came out in the reverse, then it would have been somebody who's very manipulative, mean, cruel, bitter. But on the side, it's like you may have an uncertainty about the reasons why this person may be wanting to have a new beginning with you. If you were to accept their apology, that may be something you're thinking about. You may be on the fence about too with the King of Swords, because you may be using your discernment and looking at the what has transpired, and you're wondering, is this person being honest, or are they trying to manipulate they're trying to manipulate a situation so that it goes in their favor and they could get back in your good graces. Sorry about the King of Swords. Okay. No. It's the King of Swords. Okay, what is the outcome in this situation? What is the possible outcome in this situation if the collective accepts this person's apology? Okay, so if you and this person, you may come together, you may celebrate together, you may, possibly go on a date, you may meet for drinks to talk. This may be how you and this person get together and they apologize to you. So what else? What's the possible outcome? There could be some wish fulfillment, but, like in here, you just be very careful of, possibly giving in too much, because if this is a person that may have been a little bit greedy, you may have to be a bit careful of how you are, just be discerning and looking, checking what this person is doing. Are they going to go back to the bad habits? Or possibly taking rather than giving. Anything else? It's a possible outcome. The Five of Cups came out with the Two of Wands. So, with the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So, the Five of Cups is about looking back in the past. And we have the Three of Cups here, but Two of Cups. So, depending on the situation, maybe you may be maybe thinking about the past a little bit, about how this person disappointed you. And that may have you have your guard up. But with the Two of Wands, it's like I feel like there may maybe a bit of you, a part of you that may be hesitant about the future of what you may possibly have. And oh crap. What came to me is that this person may disappoint you again in the future. Because that's where you are in a crossroads with this person. Because you do remember the past. You remember how this person possibly left you hanging. You see back there, there's somebody drowning in the water. So this person possibly leaves you high and dry, you know? Or that could be possibly you, you know? Maybe part of you needs to release what happened in the past, especially if you want to come together with this person. But if there's a part of you that doesn't really trust them, then it's a situation where you're going to have to give it time. You may have to give it space. But with the Ace of Pentacles, that shows the potential for growth. We got the Lovers coming out. So ultimately, it's your choice whether you decide to re-engage with this person or if you keep moving towards what it is you want. Okay, what would be the outcome if the person doesn't accept the apology? Judgment. So this is like what I said. You don't accept the apology. You're imparting a judgment that things aren't going to be reconciled. Things aren't going to be resurrected. Anything else? You may be put into rocks, right? Tell me more about the judgment. If the collective refuse or doesn't accept the apology, doesn't continues to move on. Yeah, you're going to be going. Yeah, you're going to decide to let the situation end and go solo. Work on healing yourself, going towards wish fulfillment, even having a bit of loyalty to yourself as well. Possibly doing shadow work. See, there's a dark wolf there. So dogs are about loyalty, wolves, loyalty, monogamy, monogamy. You may be doing like a lone wolf, obviously, with the hermit here. You may be going solo, maybe focusing on yourself, your health. The serpent was about healing and shedding. No longer putting yourself in a position or being the person that you were before. You in this experience possibly was enlightened by us, enlightened about something that you needed to change within yourself. And you're going to be working on focusing and going inward, introspecting, thinking about what is your wish? What do you want for the future? What do you see for yourself? Like snakes have to do with fertility. That's the past. Yeah, I feel like some of you are going to be reflecting on the past situations, things that happened in the past, and possibly what you can do differently. Page of Pentacles. Some of you may be putting yourself in a position where you want to be learning. You may be starting a new job. You may be moving away, starting a new job. You're going to be trusting your intuition more because realization, intuition, escaping, you know? No longer conflicted, no longer conflicted, no longer resisting. Maybe you realize that maybe you were given into a situation that was a lost cause and that was time for you to move on and focus on what isn't. And that's yourself, putting yourself first, essentially. Okay. Oh, the Hierophant. The Hierophant was at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. So maybe you, like I said, like starting something new, something where you're going to be a student. You may be starting a new job where you're maybe doing something totally different. You may be going back to school to learn something. You may be going, deciding to practice a religion or a spiritual practice, something that's going to be a part of you having a new beginning, you starting over and focusing on whatever it is that you want to bring for yourself for the future, focusing on the prosperity that you would like to experience in this lifetime. Okay, let me see if there's anything else. Let's see the hidden truth. If there's any messages this person would like to tell you, if you're not in contact with this person. What is the hidden truth messages for the collective? What is the hidden truth message for the collective? Oops. Just being near you was intoxicating. I wish I had treated you better. Anything else? Anything else? I want to feel that way again. Yeah, so somebody with the apology, I wish I treated you better, just being near you is intoxicating. I want to feel that way again. So this person enjoys being around you. They love the way they feel around you. When there's someone, it's like someone gets high being around you. You know, it was my fault, but I blamed you. This person is now wanting to take accountability for what they've done wrong in the relationship, and that may be where the apology is coming from. And they miss being around you. They love being around you, the way that you make them feel, the connection itself. But I would say be a little bit wary of the intoxicating part because some people, you know, some people do drugs and some people drink alcohol and they do all these things because they want to feel a certain way. So, and then we have the escaping card show up. So if this is a connection where you feel like this is like escapist type thing, that it wasn't really something that was really stable and secure or has the ability to be that, then this person may just want to be around you because you're a source of escapism for them. So I would say be aware of that. If that's not the case and that if that message does not apply or just the person just really likes, you know, likes how you put it down, you know what I mean? But it was my fault, but I blamed you. This person does, it may be wanting to take accountability. You will know your person. You will know your circumstances. But I hope this message was resonant in some way, somehow. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe to Artemis Oracle. My name is Tan. I am your reader, and I'm wishing you a great day, afternoon, or evening ahead. Bye.